Hi everybody, it's Pip here. Welcome. Hopefully to my video with no lip syncing issues. Hopefully we've got it all sorted. Hello, morning Melly and Betty. Hello. Morning from Betty over in Canada. Thankfully I can still see comments. I've got it all set up now with my new way of working. So hopefully this is all working for everybody. And yeah, it's all working well. Great. Hi Jane, hi Ange, lovely to see you. Today we're going to be playing with some stencils. We did some stenciling this weekend over in my over in my Card Making Know-How membership. So we're going to be doing a bit more of that today. Hello Lisa, good afternoon. Hi Jeanette. So we're going to be playing with some stencils. I'm actually going to use some that are retired. Shock horror, I know, but I like them and I fancied making a card with them, so I thought I would share them with you. I guess we can get my teeth together. And also, I'm going to be showing you some of the cards that we've done over in the membership. This month is all about layering stencils and how to use them in your card making. So I figured, well, let's do a quick one. Not necessarily a quick one, but one version of them here for all of you guys, either coming in from my membership group or coming in from my free Facebook group, but joining me all here on YouTube. So, hi Cheryl, Julie, hello Julie in Worcester, hello, nice to see everybody jumping on and enjoying it. Excellent, I'm glad you're here. So if this is your first time here, let me tell you who I am. My name is Pip Todman. I run Queen Pip cards for all your Stampin' Up needs, but also the Card Making Know-How membership, as you can see here, which is all for your learning needs. So basically I teach people how to make cards to go from beginner to confident card maker in 4 easy stages. And doing that, I run classes every month for my members, and we have a Ask Queen Pip night, and we have masterclasses and courses on all the things to do with card making. And this month we decided, that we're going to do layering stencils. So let me nip over here. We'll go hands down and put my lights on. Let's get some lights going. Okay, here we go. This one needs to come a little bit more over here. So what I'll let, whoops, and not fall over. Come on, stop being silly. There we go. So what are layering stencils? Layering stencils are stencils that basically build up an image as you go through each of the stencils. So stencil 1, stencil 2 will add the leaves, stencil 3 will add the middle, stencil 4 will add some details, etc, etc. So that is what a layering stencil is, and lots of companies do them. We have some brilliant ones out there. We've done layering stencils actually with Stampin' Up for years. And the one that's out most recently is this one called Enduring Beauty, and the one that I'm using at the moment today is this one, and this is called Abundant Beauty. Lots of beauty going on, but I wanted to make this one a bit more in your face. You may have seen images in my Facebook group of this one that I've done recently, and this was also one that we did as part of the membership. So tutorials for those are over in the membership, or at least the first one's going in later on this week, but all the rest are there, 6 of them. So lots and lots of stuff available in the membership for you to already jump in and create with, but also to learn. So that's, I think, the most important thing. Is it's about teaching you how to go from, you know, somebody who's maybe not very confident to somebody who is very confident and can jump in and do all of these things if you want to, and you might not want to. It's, you know, it's up to you. But if you do want to, then my remit is to make sure that there is a tutorial, a video, some way of you knowing how to do that and make it. Am I a bit crackly? Hi Rosalind. Hi Margaret. Am I a bit crackly? My sound should be coming in from my camera. It should be okay. Let me just see, have I got any noise thingy on? Okay. Should be alright. Can you let me know if I'm showing correctly for everybody? Because it is my new... Sort of sounds like static. Really? Oh no. Okay, hold on. I wonder why that is. Let me move that out the way a second. Is that a bit better? A bit crackly. Okay, so hold on a second. Should have noise suppression. Is that a little bit better? Okay, tell me if that's a little bit better now. Because I'm having to use a different, because the one on my, is that better? Okay, okay. Okay, good. Alrighty. Yes, it was picking, so I think it was probably picking up. God, that's really sensitive. So I'm using my new camera, this one up here, and it's probably, I had my cord just touching on the side where the microphone is, and I think when as I moved my desk it was just scratching the camera maybe. So if that's better, good. Phew. Oh, because we don't want any more things going wrong with this. We've had enough of that as it is. Okay, so where was I? What was I talking about? Hi Nola. Hi Jackie. Good. All right, brilliant. So what was I talking about? Oh yes, I was talking about membership and the fact that I like people to learn from the ground up. So I teach everything from beginner to confident, but I think it's important for people to learn step by step. Okay, Margaret says it's not perfect, but it will do. Okay, a little crackly again. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, hold on. Okay, the only other option I can do is to switch out my audio feed. Hold on. All right. So okay, how's that? Is that better? Last time this was worse, but is that better? Okay. Margaret, can you tell me if that's better? Because okay, good. Alrighty. So not my camera. Then we're back onto my using my laptop and hoping that that's okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty. So where am I? What am I doing? Where was I? Let's move that down there. There we go. Okay, we'll need to change that when we go back to the other camera as well. All right, that's fine. So we like starting. What's happening? Says Nola. Nola, apparently there was some crackling on the line, so people were saying that my sound was bad. So I've just switched. I've just switched audio. Okay, so what I like people to do is start from scratch and then move up. So even if you're a confident card maker, and you join the membership, some people like to go back and do the earlier sessions because that way they don't miss anything or maybe get out of bad habits that you started with. Alrighty, so let's start off with this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it down because I like my stencils, my base layers to sort of stay attached to stuff while I'm working on this. And I'm going to stick that there. So it's actually on my desk because that'll keep it nice and flat. Now, these things, but I shouldn't, what am I going to do with that? Actually, I need to have some paper. I need to have some grid paper underneath that. Apologies. I'm going to have to do this. Sorry. Ignore that for a second. I'm going to have to do this because I've got to attach my layers. Right. Okay. So we're going to start again. It's going to be attached it to this now. And then I'm going to put this down and you'll see that up here we've got some notches. Let's just zoom in a moment. Let me see some. Can we see that? We've got a notch just here. Those are your notches for lining everything up. So place it on your card where you want the image to be. Kind of want it about there-ish. So that's good. I can line it up with the top of my card and I might even bring it over a smidge this way. line it up with my grid paper. Nice. And then I'm going to put a little indent in here, so I know that's where I'm putting my mask. And I can put it on all 4 corners so I know where it is. And that's important because when you put the next one on, you want to make sure that it's going in the same place. So now I'm using my blending brushes, and I've got a mixture here of large and small. Need a brown, there we go, and a green. I'm going to do a new one for my greens because I want a nice new deep green to go on there. So line this all back up again because it just moved, and I'm going to use some washi tape to stick that down. Make sure it stays where I want it to be just while I start my blending. Okay, I'm going to use my blending brushes, and I've got Daffodil Delight, Crushed Curry, Cajun Craze, and Garden Green. They are the colours that I'm using. Move that over there a smidge so it's not shining on there, but you can still hopefully see it. Maybe go a little less. Is that a bit better? That's a bit better. Yeah, so I've got my 3 yellows. So I'm going to start off with my lightest colour. Okay. So I'm just going to check this there. Yeah. Start off with my lightest, which is actually Daffodil Delight. And start off here and just move in around the edges of my sunflowers. I mean, they don't have to be sunflowers, it could be anything, but I think they were designed to be sunflowers. Okay, so I'm just going around the edge with my Daffodil Delight. And you can always grab it some more back from where you've put it up there, so you don't waste any. And this is just about building up the depth of colour that you want for your outside of your petals. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to move into Crushed Curry. And this one's a darker yellow. See, that's much darker. Okay, and I'm going to bring this in gently, just inside. So it's starting from inside outwards to merge into those outside colours. Okay, you'll start to see that building up now. So let's start inside and out. And you can decide whether you go one way, 2 ways, up, down, whatever you fancy. I like doing circular motions, it leads to better blending, in my opinion. Just from trial and error, I get much better blending when I do circular motions than I do when I go up and down or across and whatever. Okay, so now we will do just a little bit more Daffodil Delight on one side. Just to make this side slightly darker than this side. So if you can just stick your Daffodil Delight on one edge, that makes that just slightly darker than the other. Okay, so now we're going to get rid of these. And all of these stencils have got numbers on them, which is handy to know that, because it tells you which order they go in. So there we go. Now we've got our nice sunflowers straight in the middle. I keep calling them daffodils because it's spring, and we've got daffodils popping up all over the place. So now we're going to go in with our leaves, and again, if you line them up with your little notched section there, this is number 2. Now you're going to put in your leaves. Now these are stylized, so they don't actually attach underneath a flower. They just sit wherever they fancy. But that's okay. You can move them around if you want to. So for example, on this one, I actually moved. I didn't use the notches. I just moved them and put them where I wanted them. but it's entirely up to you what you want to do with that. So now we're going to have a garden green. I'm going to use that for the leaves. And you'll notice that when you're blending it's never as dark as if you stamp with it. You can get there if you just keep, if you've got a very juicy pad, this pad's juicier than my other ones, or if you just keep going with it. So, but you have to, really go some if you want to get it really dark. But you can do that. It's good. You want to get a nice colour, or you can leave it sort of mismatched, if that's the other word, so that you can have a bit lighter somewhere else. Okay, see you soon, Margaret. Okay, I realise I need to get another colour out. There we go. Okay, so now when we pull the leaves off, there we go. Now we've got that showing. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll do the first lot of inners. I realised I need my other ink pad, which I'll grab in a second. So if you want to learn more about all of this stuff, as I say, you can come and join us on the Card Making Know-How. We have a very easy way of doing that. You can also sign up for my newsletters if you are a new card maker, because I give hints and tips every single week, different ideas, things that I've learned, things that I want to teach other people. So you can come and join me on that in my newsletter if you want to, and then there's always an opportunity to sign up for the membership there too. But you can also just go straight in and jump into the membership, because that's always open. Well, at the moment it's always open. It might not be moving forward, but at the moment it is open, and you can sign up and join us whenever you fancy. So, hello Sue, afternoon. Right, so now I'm doing my Cajun Craze, and I don't want this particularly dark. I just want it to be a nice dark orangey, but not like really dark, because we're going to add some darker accents on this. So who's used layered stencils? If you have, pop a note in the comments. Love to know if you have or haven't. If you have, what do you think of them? Do you like them? Do you not use them? Margaret seems to say she's got to get hers out. Hasn't used them enough. That's a good question, Ange. Can they be used any side up? Technically, yes, they can. It's just they give you the numbers on the front, so you know how they were designed. But technically, you could do this in reverse, absolutely. So you could just flip them over. There doesn't seem to be a difference in terms of touch. Like they're not. I guess it's a little smoother on this side to this side, but it's negligible. I'm sure it would be fine to do that. So I'm just going to keep going. And again, just more rounded motion. B says she needs to get her stencils out. Yes, you do. Get your stencils out for sure, because they're so much fun. Bev says yes, I've used something. Heaps, says Nola, but I don't use them. But I guess you'd better try then. Yes, you had. Get them out. Yes, Cheryl says they're great. Oh yes, Jane's got them for sure. I know you use them a lot. So it's just a fun thing to do. And it's something different to do with your inks other than stamping. See, now look at that. Now, personally, I quite like that as it is. I think that's quite nice as a sunflower, but they have got these darker areas. But I think if you put a really dark element on, they can look a bit fake sometimes. So I'm going to show you a little trick, so you don't need to get another colour out. So for example here, the light blue was the one behind and the dark blue was the one in front. This doesn't actually look that bad, but it is still a little bit like, what's the word? Too much in your face is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Well, Angela says she's just ordered a set. Bev says it's not her go-to medium. Yeah, no, not necessarily your go-to medium. Because normally I would stamp or die cut or do something like that. But I am liking the fact that you can do a lot with stencils. We're doing a whole bunch of stuff next month with building scenes, which will be using stencils and masking and loads of more blending techniques. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've been playing all yesterday afternoon. I was playing with what we're going to be doing in the membership next month, and you're going to love it. Okay, so that's that. And hopefully we're going to have a guest expert on as well, who is a dab hand at all this jazz. So what I'm doing here is, rather than going on with a different colour, I'm just going to go back in with Cajun Craze. And that will then form that little bit darker areas. And just make sure you're getting into all those little hole-y bits, because they're kind of cute. And they're done. Okay, so when you've got that as much as you want, and you can always check by lifting it up and replacing it, but I find if you know, you know, if you know what I mean. You can kind of get a feel for how it is, how it's going. So when we lift that off now, there we go. See, and that's not so much in your face, but it is still definitely a sunflower. And now we can pull that off. We don't need it in the same place anymore. And now you can see that additional element, the highlight there that's been added. Thank you, Marcy. Thanks, Nola. Yeah, might get them out and get creative. Go for it, Bev, for sure. Alrighty, so then what do we do now? Well, now we can get rid of our brushes because we don't need that. So you can either take off the excess. I tend to take off the excess a little bit because it stops them from bleeding onto each other when you put them back in your pot or in your stand. I like this little stand. You can get them in lots of different colours. I've got the links to all of these, which I shared with the membership yesterday, but not yesterday, Saturday. But there are other ones available, obviously. And then this is my base. So I've created my layer, my top layer. So I'm going to use Cajun Craze for that, just to lift that Cajun Craze out of there. And then I thought, well, it's see you, Nola. It looks much better, says Lisa. Thank you. Yes, it's not sitting in your face, is it? Just adding it same tone on tone. It's much nicer. It's a bit of softer way of doing it. I did that as well with the other ones. Okay, so put that on there. Now we need to have a sentiment. And I thought, I don't need one of these, obviously, but it's coming up for Mother's Day here in the UK. So I thought we've got a lovely one at the moment, which is in Heartfelt Hellos, which is Happy Mother's Day. And I figure we can get this one on there somewhere. Now, it's a little large for the thing, but this is going to be layered on top of another card piece. So actually on my card blank, my card base now. So I'll put that on. And then I think we can do it on a punched out hexagon, because that's what that fits. These sentiments fit into the heartfelt hexagon punch, which is just brilliant for lining everything up. So I'm going to put that on the white base like that. Grab my heartfelt hexagon. And then what shall we stamp it in? Shall we stamp it in Cajun Craze or Golden Green? I think probably Cajun Craze. We'll have a look, see what it looks like. We can always change our minds afterwards. Chrysanthemum flowers or dahlias? Yes, they could be either. They don't have to be sunflowers necessarily. That's very true. Okay, so pop that down there. And then close that up before I do whatever. And then that will fit perfectly in there. Make sure it's straight and central. Ooh, okay. Is that straight? It looks like it's not quite central. The happy is not quite in the middle. Oh, that's going to set my head off. I think that's about as right as it gets. Okay. To cope with that. I think the day is right-ish. I don't think I've got the day right after there, but never mind. It's kind of close. There we go. And then we could just pop that there on the side, and we won't lose too much of it. And if we pop it up, you'll still be able to see a bit of it. So we can do that. If you want to do what I was going to do, I don't want to add another layer because it will take out much more of the flowers. So I'm going to do the trick I taught you last week. Okay, and we'll just edge our punched piece. There we go, or die cut, whatever, and that just gives us a nice little edge to it. And then we can put it up on dimensionals, and voila, as they say, we will have a Mother's Day card. And I think everyone seems to be enjoying the 2 layers of the same colour. Yeah, I think that's definitely the right way to go. So it's not quite so bold. I might have to find some sparkles to put on this because, you know, do with a few sparkles. Okay. So I want it just in from top and just in from the side, like that. There we go. And then, oh, let's have a look. What sparkles can we add to that? Lots of different sparkles. If we wanted to carry on with the Cajun craze kind of theme, we could add some of these neutral sequins. They're quite nice. Copper clay ones would go quite nicely. They're the in-colour gems at the moment. We've got some yellows, but they're not quite the same yellow, so I don't think, no, necessarily. Butterflies, dragonflies, oh, with all kinds of things. Maybe a dragonfly would be nice. I've got some, again, a bit dark. I mean, a bit too light. Let's see. Maybe some dragonflies. Or some gold sparkly ones. They're clear, but they're sparkly. Or we've got these ones from Celebration. They're nice. What do we think? Hey, Paula, you're late, but you're going to catch the replay. Angela says she loves a tip. Yeah, the bit at the edge of the thingy. On the edge of the sentiment. So easy to do, isn't it? I'm going to add a couple of these dragonflies because I kind of like a few dragonflies. We'll see what else we can get on, if anything. Do you think they'll go? They might be a bit small. They might be a little small, those. I think it might be these. I think these are going to be the closest in colour. As you can see, I've used these a lot. So this is the wild wheat. That's all that's left of the wild wheat ones and all that's left of the copper clay ones. I haven't used as many pebble path ones, so we'll try and get that out of the way of the light. Sorry. Move that back a bit there. There we go. Right, so let's see. Some copper clay. These ones you need to peel. A couple of copper clay. Just put one under there. Put one there. Put another yellow one up there. So, okay, Let's keep going down here with a smaller line down here. We can put a yellow one down there. There we go. Just a few. Just a few. Now let's go in the desk. There goes my Hoover. There we go. Hopefully you like that. A nice simple Mother's Day card, easy layering with some layered stencils. And as I say, you can get lots of different stencils available online. We've got some in our retired clearance, not that one particularly, but we've got a different one in clearance, which layers up different flowers. We've got the Enduring Beauty one, which is the one that makes these. That's available at the moment as well. So there's loads available if you want to grab one. But just grab what you've got in your stash. I'm sure lots of you have got some kind of layering or stencils or whatever. And yeah, you can have a look and see what you've got in your stash and make your own. So let's go back here. One minute, I'm trying to sort out my audio. Hold on. Okay, hopefully that's now working and it's not giving you any jip. Is that right? Go away. Hopefully that's all right again. Oh, Paula's having trouble with her. Paula, so this one's discontinued. It's retired. It just happened to have one. This just happens to be one that I've got. I'm sure there are others available. It might be available in the US on clearance. It's not available in the UK or Europe on clearance at the moment. Sally just managed to see the last bit, but she's gone again because she's got a visitor. Jackie says it's on page 38 of the January to April catalogue. No, not this one. Not this one. Not the sunflower one. This one, yes. This one's available, but this one's retired. Unfortunately, they brought it out for the catalogue last year, unless it's carry forward, but I don't think so. Page 38. Yeah, no, that's this one. That's this one. So I couldn't find this in the store today. Well, I did go on and have a look and see, but it might come back on clearance. You never know. Some points, keep an eye out. And you know, at the moment you can get this one, which is beautiful in and of itself. So if you like that, let me know. Hopefully you did. Don't forget to come and subscribe to us. If you want to come and join the membership, you can come and grab that at cardmakingknowhow.com, which is just down here. And I'd love to see your stenciled cards over in our Facebook groups. We've got two, one for the membership and one for everybody else. So if you're in there, come and share with us your stenciled cards. I'd love to see them all. Alrighty, so if you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe because that way you'll get notified when I go live. Otherwise, you'll have to remember that I'm on here Monday at 12:30 every week. All right, thanks ever so much for watching. I will see you again soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye.